What are your thoughts on what I said so far? I know there's more to it, but I don't want to keep blabbing.
Yeah, yeah. So what I think about the most when I use this machine is that how, for one, I don't really feel any knee pain in these exercises. Now I'll feel some slight agitation at certain angles, but before okay, so if I'm just standing, but how it used to feel before without the machine, right? And I bend my knees a little. I was even showing you this like in the weight room. I bend my knees, right? When I get in that quarter flex position, I immediately kind of feel like this little dose of pain would kind of hit, and then it would go away. When I'm in this up squat, I actually don't feel anything agitating until I start getting closer to this weak angle. And for some of the people who are still learning this concept, basically as I get lower into my squat, it starts to feel more uncomfortable on my knees, right? And I just lift the seat up just a couple notches, right? And now I stay within a range of motion that's non-agitating. So that's the first thing. So it allows me to train my legs and my knees and do any therapy process, restorative process, or strength process without agitating the shit out of the nerve endings. Right? It's another thing. Like if you do something and it hurts, the next day it would always feel hotter. It would feel more inflamed. I'm just irritating the shit out of that spot, and that's like it feels just counterproductive. Right? I feel like I'm not making any progress.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so you're kind of taking me back to where I was trying to go. A lot of people are just not naturally built very well to do traditional weightlifting. Arguably, from some of the research I'm trying to do right now on anthropomorphics or pometrics, which is measuring your body, like, how long is your forearm relative to your shoulder? Same thing. How long is your femur relative to your tibia? Those things. So ideally, basically about 80% of the population doesn't have the best mechanics for traditional weak angle weightlifting type of scenario, which means that you're probably going to dump force into your knees and into your lower back. Well, again, just in general, we know knee problems. One out of two people, 50% of people are going to develop knee arthritis in their lifetime, right? So the knees take a lot of the brunt of our forces of our body. And that's one of the reasons why we say the knee is the key, because we know that if we can stabilize the knee, that just about everything else up the chain, kind of coming back to Connor's issue, right? Everything up the chain was not in alignment. So when he landed, the knee can't absorb the force, right? So same thing happens if we malposition or misalign the knee, then everything else has to be off as well. So where this concept, we always like to go to the foot, but what we've really seen, and even in my research when I was at the University of Cincinnati, that as long as the knee stays stable, then the foot's not going to be able to tell the knee what to do. And it's actually kind of like what you were saying before. You almost want to go to, well, if the foot is flat or it goes into valgus, that automatically that's going to cause problems up the chain. But it's not necessarily true, because if the chain can organize itself above the knee relative to the base of support, the knee is still going to be able to transfer those forces.
Mhm.
And so this also comes back to where I was going, Mike Maddox, and a lot of this development of leg strengthening apparatuses and machines and exercises and corrective exercises.